Hi everyone, I'm Sonia. I would like to talk today about how to make meditation super easy because really I think at this point in the way the world is and stress and all the things we're all facing, it's really a skill and an ability that will tremendously improve your life. And the key is that I think meditation is a little bit misunderstood by a lot of people. They believe incorrectly that meditation is somehow getting your mind to stop. And you won't do that. The mind is busy. It jumps around. It never stops talking. It's full of conversation, opinion, reaction, hashing, rehashing. It's kind of like a machine on autopilot. So we can't do that. That's not the goal. The goal is to make it less important and to shift your attention away from what your mind is saying and recognizing that it's always going to be talking, but I don't have to put that much value on it. I don't have to be enamored of what my mind is saying or believe it's true. Because the actual reality is that most of what your mind is saying isn't true. It's just a perception, and often it's not even your perception. It's a perception that was handed over to you that you're trying to make fit. Now, another reason why it's difficult to meditate is the reason our mind is so busy is because somehow we've all been a bit conditioned that we've got to be on hyper alert because we're going to get in trouble for something and it's going to pop out of somewhere and we have to be prepared. So our mind is running around like a crazy little dog, patrolling the borders, trying to protect you. So the first thing that you want to do in order to let yourself meditate a little bit is to tell yourself, I am an adult, I am a sovereign being, I have the power to choose, I am not controlled by others. I can be affected by them, but I'm not controlled, and I'm not in trouble. I may encounter difficulties, people may be unhappy with me, I may be unhappy with people, but it is not a fundamental threat to my being. So that's a really important basic assumption to work from because that gives your mind a little bit of room to relax, just a little bit. It's like, I'm okay. For the few minutes that I take my attention off of the outer world and I reset and I calm down and I quiet my mind a little, or at least take my attention away from my mind a little, I will be better able to respond in a clear and conscious, creative way to what's going on around me instead of react from a place of fear. So I think it's a big part of the success of meditation that you set yourself up for success by recognizing that for the few minutes I'm going to take my attention off the outer world, it's actually going to help me respond and be more effective in the world. And I'm safe to do that. So, before you even try meditating, I think that just maybe going for it through the day and periodically just taking a breath like this in through the nose, and then I want you to put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and exhale like you're blowing out candles. And as you do that, pull your belly to your spine. So let's try that together. Breathe in, put your tongue on the roof of the mouth, pull your belly into your spine, and exhale like you're blowing out candles. Do this 3, 4, 5 times slowly. Okay, let's try it again. Breathing in through the nose calms your nervous system. Exhaling like that releases adrenaline, tension, and anxiety in your body. And then the last breath you want to breathe, using your imagination, imagine that you can breathe through your feet into your heart space. And as you do that, you'll know that your rib cage opens and you actually do breathe in more deeply. So even though you're breathing through your nose, by coming up from your feet, you open that part of your rib cage that is defending yourself, and it relaxes to allow you to take in more breath. So that is, and then after that, I want you to open your ear until you hear it click in your jaw, and then let out a deep sigh. Ah. And then allow that energy to just expand. Imagine it coming out of your heart to the left and the right, above and below, in the front and the back. Ah, like in all 6 directions. And then listen for a minute. Close your eyes and listen for a minute. Guess what? Your mind is quiet. So that 5 or 6 breaths and then that final sigh is a bit of an instant meditation. It cleanses your nervous system with the breath. It calms you down. It gets you centered. It releases the adrenaline that's causing you to be so reactive. And it allows you to become more present and listen to what's really going on in the world around you instead of the world in your head. So to recount that really simply, you breathe in through the nose. You exhale with your tongue on the roof of the mouth. And the reason you put your tongue on the roof of the mouth is this calms the part of your brain that gets so agitated. So, and let yourself make a little noise. That opens up the throat and the upper chest and into the lungs. So it's, I think, even 10 times if you're really agitated. And then the final, you don't want to be like, that's not really a release. You want to release your breath. And then you smile a little bit. As you feel this energy clearing out and everything intruding upon you, above and below you, front and back, to both sides, you're just pushing it all out. And then listen, your mind is actually very quiet, and that's meditation. So that's one super, super simple way to meditate. And if you do that for a couple of days throughout the day, if you ever feel stressed, if you ever feel tension, if you ever feel anxious, reactive, threatened, angry, depressed, do this. And the more sound you put into it, the more you come into a meditative state. And a meditative state is really listening. That's what it is. And you're not listening to your brain. You're listening to your breath. And you're listening to your presence. So this is an easy, simple way to get used to what you're moving toward, what the meditative experience is. Because if you have a little bit of this experience, then it becomes more easy and more accessible. It's like, okay, now I know what I'm trying to do. Because otherwise your eyes are closed and you're breathing and you're going, am I meditating? Is this it? And so you're busy so this creates the experience. And it really is quite enough, actually. But another meditation, once you have this experience, is to know that breathing in through your nose and out through your nose is very calming to the body, very calming to the nervous system. There's one breath where you cover one side of your nostrils and you breathe in to the count of 4. Hold to the count of 4 and breathe out the other side to the count of 4. Through the nostrils. This is a calming breath as well. And if you're in a place where you can do that, where you just, you take your fingers like this, and this on the top, so you open one side, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Couple of those. I mean, I think that we're sort of in the mode of more is more, but actually 2, 3 of those breaths, 2 or 3, up to 10, really are enough to reset yourself. And so what is the point of meditation is that you get out of the fright, fight, freeze, and please mode, and you come back to your authentic self. You come back to the present. You get out of the reactive state, and then you get to choose You get to consider, you get to be present and make choices about, well, what is the best response to whatever I am facing right now? So it's also important to know why meditate. Why meditate? It gives you the ability to make better choices in the moment because your mind is present and available, calm and non-reactive. So if you have those little two practices, and then a third practice is a very nice practice. And you can start with 5 minutes or 3 minutes and maybe work up to 10, possibly 20, but don't pressure yourself, because to train your brain is to train a habit that's in your mental matter. You know, the brain actually creates these patterns, so to change them takes patience and practice and repetition. But there's another very nice way to meditate. And I think if you start for a few minutes and you do it for a few minutes successfully, that builds confidence and positivity, so that you add a few minutes and add a few minutes. So you don't necessarily want to start off with the I want to go be a champion approach to meditation. So the third way is you put one hand on your heart, on your high chest, on your chest bone, okay? And then one heart on your belly. And then you breathe in through the heart using your imagination, because you're, of course, breathing in through your nose. But you imagine it's your heart breathing in. And as you exhale, it's your belly releasing. So you breathe in and then start doing it with your nose. Breathing in and imagining as you exhale that your belly is emptying as it comes to the spine. It's a little bit the same as before. You breathe in through the heart, and then as you exhale, pull your belly to your spine. Breathe in, your belly expands, your heart expands. Exhale, your belly contracts, the air goes out. And you maybe start with 15, maybe 20. That's enough. And then you add and if you want, you can put some beautiful music to it just to kind of calm your nervous system and get your brain out of thinking mode. Music has a very positive effect on the brain. And then you open your eyes and you very slowly and you smile. And let that brain go. Now I'm also including a link to meditation, a free meditation that I want for you to just kind of have a kind of nice experience. It's a guided meditation that I did. It's been very effective for people, very successful. People absolutely love it. And I'd like you to enjoy it too. So just follow the link, get the free meditation, and enjoy this experience instead of force it. Mostly just know I'm giving myself a little room to breathe so that I can respond to life instead of being in reactive mode. So that's my little quick meditation made easy. It really isn't more complicated than that. It just takes practice and persistence, but it's worth it. Your whole nervous system reorganizes and calms down, and I know that you'll really enjoy the benefits. So thanks for tuning into this meditation. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, do subscribe, because I intend to be back very often with lots of tips on intuition, meditation, creativity, wellness, connecting with your angels and guides. There's a whole universe out here I'm eager to share with you. So be sure you subscribe, get the free link, get the free meditation, give it a try, and I send you all my love. Okay, everybody. Bye-bye.